Hi, and welcome to the Twofer edition of Eating Scripture, response to this Sunday's Gospel in 4 minutes or fewer. I'm Drew Downs, your host, and this week is Proper 26B. I'm recording this on Halloween, which means that liturgical churches this weekend get a choice. Do we keep going in Mark, jumping forward to chapter 12, or do we observe All Saints' Day instead? And there we get a reading from John, specifically 11:32 to 44. Well, we don't have to choose. We get to do both here. So let's start with Mark. Jesus is already in Jerusalem. He's had his triumphal entry, and he's already made fools of the authorities. And out comes this one scribe and asks Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? And I'm moved particularly this time because Jesus doesn't say one of the top 10. He doesn't quote Moses, right? The first commandment. He responds by reciting the Shema, or the Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord, your God, the Lord is one. It's a prayer. Jesus responds in prayer. It reminds me of how Jesus critiques the authorities about the law, specifically the Pharisees. Now, his view of the law is to speak about the relationship, not the legal code, right? Or not only the legal code. That the legal code enables a relationship in some way. That Torah, the law, is a conversation, an understanding of a relationship between humanity and the divine. So to talk about the law, we are talking about relationship, not the legal code. Precisely. So we should take this to a fundamentalist friend next time that they start getting obsessed about laws or the minutiae or whether or not somebody's behaving themselves. We can have this thing and talk about the relationship. Because that seems to be what Jesus is saying here. Talking about relationship with God through prayer. The other one we get, All Saints reading, is from John. It's about Lazarus has died, and his sister, Mary, you remember Mary and Martha, Mary comes along and she pins the blame on Jesus. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. How familiar is that idea? Blaming Jesus for the death on somebody? Or God? It seems as if we want Jesus to be a superhero. That expect him to just swoop in and save us. And we blame him when he doesn't. Or he doesn't save us in the way we expect him to. There's that part in every superhero movie where the people have come to expect the superhero to be everywhere at once. And when something happens and that hero lets the people down, they start blaming the hero rather than the villains. I kind of feel like that's what we do with Jesus and death. When we say Jesus destroyed death, we don't actually mean that he made it go away. We mean that death isn't the end anymore. And more importantly, we need to start acting like it's not the end. Like there's more. So we have a choice. Which are you going to choose? For more, check out my site, drewdowns.net. So go, munch on it, and proclaim it. Peace.